Howdy everybody, I'm Sabrina Salas-Matanani here at the Hyatt for the Guam Department of Education Teacher of the Year Award. There are 6 finalists in the running. Whoever wins moves on to the national competition. Let's meet the finalists now.
Hi, my name is Eileen Cano, and I am an 8th grade science teacher here at FB Leon Guerrero Middle School. I have been a teacher here at our school for over 23 years. In all honesty, when I had gone to the University of Guam, teaching actually wasn't in my mind yet. One of the things that I will tell you about is that I was very passionate about science. Maybe it wasn't something that I had thought of going into doing when I was in high school or even in elementary, but I know that when I went into college, I saw the teaching profession as my calling. And so it brought 2 things. It brought my love of education, of teaching, and also my love of science. I'm hoping that my students are going to see that I had helped them grow in their love of science. And I hope that they also realize that at the end of the year that I had taught them not only just about science, but what helps them be a better citizen out there when they're in high school or out there when they're an adult. Every day, even though I've been teaching for over 20 years, every day for me is always different. We have different sets of students that we get every school year, and even though we familiarize ourselves with them throughout the year, there are so many things that make my day different, whether it be the content that I'm teaching and the different activities that I'm doing, but it's also how I interact with my students. You're going to realize that as a teacher that there are some days where everything goes perfectly, whatever activity it is that you had planned, and then there are days where you're like, oh my gosh, my work is always fun, it's always challenging for me, and that's something that I look forward to.
My name is Alison Santos. I teach at Jose Rios Middle School. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade reading and language arts for the resource room. And I've been teaching for 11 years. When I was in high school, I actually helped teach in a martial arts class, and that's what kind of got me liking working with other people. And then concurrently, I was also in the Youth organization, and the Youth organization is known for its annual conferences where youth members in the group become facilitators and workshop presenters for an island-wide conference, and we also invited outer islands to come. So I was really used to public speaking and working with my peers. And so when I got into UOG, I decided, well, let me give teaching a try. I really want my students to know that they can do anything. Because I do teach in a resource room, you know, I do see that they struggle. They struggle much more than kids in the general education classroom. But when they're in my room, I hold them to such high expectations. I expect them to do almost the exact as their peers, their typical peers. But I also want them to understand that even though they have their disabilities, they also have abilities that can help them, and they need to learn how to cope. and to advocate for themselves. Because once they go into the workplace, I won't be there to hold their hand or talk for them at their meetings. It'll be all about them. So when they leave my classroom, when they leave Jose Rios, I want them to know that even though they came from my classroom where I'm very nurturing and I'm trying to help them, they need to also be independent and be contributing members to society. The one thing I truly love about teaching, I would have to say, is seeing the kids mature and progress over the course of 3 years. Sometimes I get kids from elementary who are functioning very low, way lower than their actual grade level. But by the time they leave, sometimes they'll jump 3, 4, maybe 5 grade levels by the time they're going to be in high school. So what I really like is seeing them mature and become their own person.
We are just getting started. We'll meet more of your finalists in the running for the Guam Department of Education Teacher of the Year after the break.